Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. President William Samoei Ruto jetted out of the country to attend a presidential inauguration ceremony of Paul Kagame after being elected for the third time or the fourth time, I think, as the president of Rwanda. This visit is one that is a kind of funny because William Ruto has been in the country for more than 2 months. William Ruto is a president who had been nicknamed a visitor in our country. He sojourned in the country and traveled a lot. Some people used to mock or tease him that we welcome His Excellency the President and the visitor to our country to stay for a day or two and travel because he barely, rested for two to 3 weeks. Then he would travel. The last time William Ruto traveled outside the country was in June when he attended the 50th G7 summit in Italy, then later attended a peace summit in Switzerland. Then he jetted back into the country on June 17th. I mean June 17th. Now, from June 17th, William Ruto has never traveled outside the country, and he traveled his first after those two on Sunday, 10th of August, because Gen Zs went to the streets and scared William Ruto. And some people were saying that due to the protest, William Ruto was scared that he would travel outside the country and then he would be told, stay there because the government has been taken over. He himself told us that his personal assistants, principal assistants within the UDA, those who are supposed to help him govern the country, were planning his downfall. In fact, I don't know whether he has forgiven Gachagua, but we've seen very senior members from Gachagua's office being investigated. And William Ruto says some people infiltrated Gen Z's protest and they wanted to cause mayhem. And for 2 months, Gen Zs decided to put Ruto under curfew. That was a real curfew because William Ruto has never traveled outside the country. Now, taking to his Twitter handle, Hussein Mohammed, who's the State House spokesperson, said this: President William Samoei Ruto travels to Kigali, Rwanda today at the invitation of His Excellency Paul Kagame to attend the inauguration ceremony of President Kagame for his fourth term, following the successful July 15th election. Under President Kagame, Kenya-Rwanda relations have blossomed with commercial and people-to-people ties, further consolidating for the mutual benefit of both countries and regions. So that is what Hussein Mohammed is saying. And I'm from where I stand, I think William Ruto has been missing these travels because apparently he's fond of sending Musalia Mudavadi, sometimes his deputy Rigathi Gachagua, to represent him in such errands. But this time round, he decided to attend that inauguration. Now, a spot check before William Ruto had his first travel outside the country was that William Ruto, in only 20 months, had visited 38 countries 62 times. He had traveled 62 times into 38 countries in only 20 months. And with this, he broke a record of all his predecessors who had served for 2 terms. Even if you take Uhuru Kenyatta or Mwai Kibaki, William Ruto had traveled 62 times, and that was very funny. Now, Kenyans had started complaining that all these foreign travels were not beneficial or was not significant. All these were never significant to the country because they were never results. They were never fruitful. But William Ruto defended them that he is the chief ambassador. He used to go there telling us that sometimes he negotiates for domestic workers and all that, and people were asking, so what is the role of our ambassadors and consulate offices in other countries? In fact, the one that really I would call the last stroke that broke the camel's back was when William Ruto traveled for a 5-day visit in the USA. When he was invited, he was given an official visit, a state visit. And William Ruto hired a jet that had to cost us 200 million Kenyan shillings. And Kenyans were like, really? At a time when the economic situation is just too bad, the cost of living is just too high, it is unbearable. In a country where the gap between the rich and the poor is just too wide, and people felt that Ruto had stretched his jokes too far. And these are some of the things that took Gen Zs to the street. With this exhibition of opulence from his cabinet, a corrupt cabinet, wastage, and in fact, all this wastage and corruption were never allegations. They were revealed by independent institutions like the Office of the Auditor General, the Office of the Controller of Budget. They complained, and Kenyans got tired when William Ruto crowned it off by forcing the Finance Bill 2024 on the people. Now, William Ruto was quarantined in the country. And for those 2 months, William Ruto has been trying to battle, the kind of fight and protest that the Gen Zs had brought into the country. And looking at the real issues that Gen Zs had brought forward, William Ruto has not solved them. He has not even appeared to be giving a solution. The best he did was to invite them for a roundtable talk, something that many experts felt that he really wanted to know, just to identify who are the leaders so that he can punish them. And Gen Zs told him, we have given you the issues that you need to talk about. What do you want us to talk about when we tell you that we need a lean cabinet that is free of corruption? What do you want us to talk about when we say stop the wastage in the government? Things like budget allocation to the first lady's office and the second lady. What exactly do you want us to talk about? Deal with them. William Ruto realized that he was facing an opposition from the very inner circle of the UDA. So he invited Raila, and Raila accepted that request. He sent an olive branch, and Raila gave him some people into the cabinet. Now, with that, William Ruto felt safe. And that is the reason why William Ruto has now managed to fly out for the very first time after 2 months. Now, people fear that he's become very obstinate, and he has decided that with the what he calls a broad-based government, he feels is safe. People are saying, what do you call a broad-based government? Just by taking some of those 4 or 5 ODM leaders into your office. While others are praising this move because there seems to be normalcy in the country, many say this is short-lived because William Ruto never tackled the issues that were being talked about. And many people feel that we are waiting for an explosion. This is like a volcano that it's boiling gradually, and sooner or later it will explode. But Gen Zs are saying that it's not yet over. They are saying, in fact, they have planned for another protest on Tuesday and Thursday. They never want it. They never want to rest. And I believe that for the first time, we are going to see the real Gen Zs. I know that one was infiltrated. I'm one person who I tend to believe that there were people who wanted to take advantage of Gen Zs. I'm saying this because we talk to people outside here, and someone was telling me that William Ruto should thank Raila Amolo Odinga because we were going to remove him. And I was like, are you serious? And he was telling me, yes. We made him and we wanted to break him because he has refused to listen to us. Now, this person is from Mount Kenya. According to him, William Ruto is not listening to them. Gen Zs are saying William Ruto is not listening to them. And I've just been wondering, yes, there are a few elements who might have infiltrated Gen Z's strike, but protest. But why can't Ruto deal with them? Because the serious remaining few are saying we are going to protest. We've seen a kind of a police brutality that is being meted on these people, Gen Zs, on journalists, and everyone. The other day, the policemen were even beating traders. And when this is happening, there's something that William Ruto is not realizing, or I don't know why he has refused to see it, that when you start beating traders and vehicles that are getting into the CBD are being turned away, then we lose some substantial amount of money. So what we are looking at now is an economic kind of battle or sabotage. Because William Ruto feels that he's beating around people, the police is harassing people. But the Gen Zs understand very well that the more they say they go to the street, there are some people who don't go to work, some offices are closed, some businesses are closed. And so Kenya loses quite a lot of money at a time William Ruto is struggling and has charged the KRA to meet their target in terms of revenue collection. How do we collect revenue when we close businesses? So William Ruto must understand that yes, he has formed a government, but he is not dealing with the real issues. And if you ask me, the issues are very easy to deal with. Stopping corruption is something that is very easy. Wastage. In fact, William Ruto, when he was under pressure, gave us austerity measures. And I remember one of the things that he said is this, that all non-essential travels by state officers is hereby suspended. That is the biggest question that we have. Now that he has decided, this is the first visit outside the country. We fear that William Ruto is going to perpetuate his numerous travels outside the country, and more of wastage of funds is going to be there because when a president is traveling outside, that jet carries medicine and there's a lot of upkeep, quite a lot of money, but he never comes back with any benefits. And we fear that normalcy has just started. He revived the cabinet, some of those that people do not want, and this tells us that he has decided that he's going to slap the people in the face and do that which he had said he would not do. All the austerity measures are going to be thwarted, and he's going to carry on the way he was going on because he's been given the support. But one thing I know, that history has shown that people shall always overcome. And I know he feels that now he's got the opposition on his side. He's got, I saw Gachagua also saying that they are together in this, and therefore Kenya seems to be quiet, except that there are, some people are saying that we are not going to rest until we get what they want. And I know that Raila's entry into what we call this kind of a hidden handshake has really helped William Ruto because there were no demonstrations in Nyanza, Western, and in the coast. And with that, William Ruto now says he feels safe. But do you think it is real safety? It is not. It will be short-lived. It is a moment of happiness that William Ruto ni baba yao is the one who knows how to deal with these demonstrations. The truth is, William Ruto will soon regret this because I know people will not relent until they get what they want. I'm happy that at least Gen Zs were now saying that we need to be incorporated into the cabinet so that we cleanse it. And if Gen Zs would accept to get into the cabinet, what is your opinion? Would they be mixing with already a dirty government, or they would get an opportunity to cleanse what they want? I don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, with this first foreign travel after 2 months, Kenyans antennas are out, and we want to see whether William Ruto will obey the austerity measures. He has broken the quarantine. He has broken the curfew. Now, the battle is on.